Welcome to Follow Along Friday. Before we start our actual follow along, I'd like to do a little bit of instruction for balances, because there are going to be some balances in today, and it's really good practice. Don't worry if you can't balance, because there are ways around it. So when we're in this position, feet shoulder width apart, our centre of gravity is in the centre. And to do the balances, we'll need to move the centre over to one side, so over one leg, or over to the other leg. Sometimes females can accidentally let the hip slip out. You've got to be quite careful to hold that in place. So you need to make sure that that's nicely held in and straight every time and not pushed out. You see there's quite a lot of difference there. It ruins your balance and your muscles and centre and everything, really. Makes you unbalanced. So with any of the balances, whichever one that I do, you can go on the heel or the toe just to give yourself that stability. Doesn't matter. So if I was doing a kick, for example, the hands would come round in a circle. The hand that you're kicking with would go underneath the triangle. And then when the hands come out, you could just go onto the heel, as if just using that for balance. And then the same the other side. You can move that centre across and just put that foot onto the heel. You can improve the balance. The more you can try and stay on that one leg and not don't put the weight forward, which is what quite a lot of people do. They do the kick and then this weight goes forward onto that leg, and then you're not balancing anymore because you haven't got all that weight on that foot. You couldn't lift that one up. If you wanted to, you'd have to move back to be able to lift that up. So the idea of this is keeping that centre over the foot that you're on so that you could still lift that up, and it's just there as like a little tripod leg, if you like. So that's a kick or step with heel. And you can, of course, you can still lift up if you can, or if you want to, and that will depend on what you're able to do. And each push out, push in, put down has to be controlled by you. So not a push out and then a flop down. That's not what we're looking for. You won't learn the balance that way. It's about learning where your centre of gravity is and just learning to hold that hip in using the muscles and learning to stack the joints. The other balance we might do is rooster, stands on one leg. And again, you can just drop that foot down onto the toe just to give yourself a little bit of stability. Maybe every week you could lift it up a little tiny bit. And then the same the other side. So it's about ensuring you're managing to move your entire centre from here over that one side, keeping the knee bent and lifting up and putting down in a controlled way. So you can lift up a little bit, or you can just sit on the toe. But again, you should be able to lift that foot and swing it wherever you like, really. Okay, so with that said, let's get on with today's follow along session.